Eccoci tornati con Vampyr. È un po' che non ci gioco, un po' che non registro. Però vediamo dove ci eravamo lasciati. Praticamente una talpa nell'ospedale perché abbiamo parlato con la dottoressa che è qua, che adesso non mi ricordo il nome, tipo Eva, una cosa del genere, non mi ricordo.
Is our little mystery
No, Lady
closer to being
Ashbury, non
solved,
c'entrava
Dr. Reed?
niente.
I think of nothing else, my lady.
Esatto,
My
vabbè.
situation.
Vattene, per favore, tutte le palle. Comunque, per chi conoscesse un po' di tipo Dracula, questo paziente qua si chiama Renfield, che sarebbe il devoto servitore di Dracula. Qui posso... ma qua posso derubare chiunque praticamente. Questo qui, vediamo se posso...
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Varie domande personali. Infine è la sua complice. Infine sta pensando di lasciare l'ospedale. Vediamo.
Admit it. Nurse Hawkins is more than your lover. She's also your partner in crime.
Consapevole
Of course she
comunque.
is. How else could I tell which bed is free? I need to know that.
Have you no shame?
Don't you see this city is crumbling down? Today people are ready to pay to get a hospital bed. Tomorrow we may be fighting for food.
Allora, vediamo.
Do you know that Nurse Hawkins is thinking of leaving the hospital?
That's not a surprise. We've talked about it already.
Does it not bother you?
Sometimes I think she may be right. We should run away while we can. Question is, where can we go? Where is it safe?
Mi sa che...
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Scusa, questa è compra. Fucile di Milton 315, ne ho 88. Scusa, vendi invece. Posso vendere nulla? Sì, questa roba qua. 3 non mi conviene, l'estensione non mi conviene. No, sta roba non mi conviene secondo me, però tipo frammento... No, queste qua mi servono per costruire le varie cose. Vediamo se abbiamo altro. Questo non abbiamo niente. L'anello però fidenziale di Clay Cox. Ce la teniamo. Allora, vabbè. Io però andrei a... Scusate, sbagliato. Andrei a vedere un attimo. Ecco, questi due stanno insieme. Qui ho scoperto tutto. Qui ho scoperto tutto. Se mi zuco questa, mi piglio 3000 di esperienza e posso salire di livello. Anche questo ha tanto. Questo non c'ha niente. Porca miseria, questo è morto, vedete? Milton e l'infermiera stanno insieme. Milton truffa alcuni pazienti. Milton non ha una buona reputazione tra i colleghi. Allora, qui dobbiamo capire bene com'è sta trama, perché Sean Hampton. Quindi io potrei pure tornare indietro e dargli il farmaco per la stanchezza. Oh, questa è allora, aspettate un attimo. Questa crede di essere un vampiro. Oh, io farei una cosa. Io proverei a zuccarmela. Tanto chi se ne fotte. Giusto per capire com'è. Parla con Ariette in ospedale. Io proverei prima a zuccarmi quello. Non posso salvare tipo, no. Secondo me è qua, perché era tipo nascosta da queste parti. La tizia che volevo...
So many deaths.
It's here again.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Vediamo.
Have you heard of any underhand dealings within the hospital?
I don't have time for such nonsense, Doctor. I've work to do.
Are you certain? You seem nervous.
If you have something in mind, just speak up, Doctor. Otherwise, stop breathing
Col fiato
down
sul
my
collo.
neck.
Ah, lo sapevo io.
Blackmail is a serious matter, Nurse Hawkins.
Everything is serious around here, Dr. Reed. Starting with patients who need me.
Quindi questa non se ne frega
Have you
niente.
heard of any
I don't have time for...
Questa non se ne frega assolutamente nulla.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Questa non se ne fotte niente.
Simpletons, these nurses. Bred with no respect.
Vediamo questo che cosa ci
Good
dice.
evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you,
Okay.
Doctor. That's a relief. Now,
Ok, vediamo la solita. Posizione del porto.
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle? I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom. Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then?
Simpletons, these nurses.
Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
Però non mi ha detto niente. Vediamo.
How did you end
perché
up
era lì.
in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
Oh crap.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
Ok.
What is the general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the Dockers trade union. The wet boot boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Simpletons, these nurses.
Chi è il comandato?
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Booth Digby.
No, aspetta.
Who
non
leads
capito.
the gang?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's
E
his
sua
wife
moglie
Edwina who runs
Edwina.
the show, with the assistance of her minion, Booth Digby.
Digby.
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint, not even criminals.
Ah, capito, si è fatto un soprannome, ha detto... Vediamo, domande personali.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks, and I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Secondo
Are
me
you
no.
a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
Ok,
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
Ah, Che lui, secondo me, non lo so.
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really, but I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke? Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest.
Vampiro pure lui.
And then I can go back to the people who need me.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton.
Ok. Quindi goodbye, sta. Io devo parlare con questa, quindi. E qua non c'è niente e nessuno. Va bene, parla. Vediamo.
What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Please, calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified.
Esatto,
I'm just back from war
esatto.
duty.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of
Adesso dobbiamo
blackmail?
fregarla con le domande.
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent cunts slit a
vabbè,
poor
leggete
son's
voi.
vein.
Allora.
If I didn't know better, Miss Jones, I'd be inclined to say you enjoy this type of idle gossip.
God's honest truth, Doctor. It's just the way it is here. Most of these bitches would let you freeze to death before getting you a blanket.
You seem to know more about the goings-on here than anyone else. Beware, Miss Jones, in case suspicion should fall on you.
That's it. Blame the old and infirm. I see those little bitches' greedy little eyes. Just waiting for me to pop off they are.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See you on the next round.
Quindi, esatto, quindi praticamente potrebbe essere chiunque. Clyde Fitch presenta Doris Fletcher. Strano, Doris Fletcher, vestita di giallo, la signora in giallo, Jessica Fletcher. Borsa di cianfrusaglie è figa. Ok, qui non si vede niente. Questo gioco non c'è una torcia, non c'è
The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
Damn. The pain.
Vai tranquillo che tu
Here
cambi.
again.
Allora andiamo a parlare con queste. Che se non erro 70 metri. Trova l'infermiera piccola Hawkins. Che ci ho parlato prima. Vabbè.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening,
Sì,
Dr.
questo.
Reed.
Allora
What can you tell me about the strange man visiting one of the nurses
Secondo
during
me
her
è
shift?
Let me
quell'infermiera che è
guess.
stata.
You spoke with that old shrew, Harriet Jones. Do not pay attention to her, Doctor. She's full of fanciful tales.
She could have been telling the truth about the mysterious man.
That old witch will end up in hell soon enough. Who cares if a nurse finds some happiness where she can?
È stata lei, sicuro.
No matter how you feel about her, Miss Jones deserves our help.
Who says I don't care for her? Hate is what keeps that old crone alive.
No, dobbiamo
Goodbye,
andare a parlare con
Nurse.
l'altra. E una è andata. Poi, Dorothy Crane. Sarò la sola. È questa, scusami. No, questa... no.
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us
Inez.
about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research.
Okay.
He is convinced it is the future.
Perfetto, allora.
How are things here?
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun. It's hard, Doctor.
An invisible enemy? Quite a poetic term for a disease, especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but how do we beat an invisible killer? Some nurses have already resigned.
Secondo me questa sa qualcosa.
I'm not familiar with all the staff yet. Perhaps you could help me.
Brilliant professionals, most of them. Dr. Swansea has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most of them. Is there a problem I should know about, nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
Ok.
Is there anyone that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as
Tippets.
dedicated as Dr. Tippets. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
Questa mi sa che gli piace. Secondo me.
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know something, please tell me. Anything you say will be held in confidence.
No, I may disagree with some conduct, but in the end, everybody is doing their best.
Va bene. Sto gioco, ripeto, si basa molto sulla lore di tutto. Comande personali. Cazzarola.
Do you know if any of the hospital staff have criminal backgrounds?
The people who work here all come from very different backgrounds, Doctor. Just like the patients.
Have you seen a strange man visiting any of the nurses here?
I've never heard of such a thing, Doctor.
Oh, stai esagerando però, infermiera.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Praticamente questa è stata molto alla larga. Vediamo, questo qui è
Good
il
evening,
dottore
sir.
di cui
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us.
Tippets.
I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each
Possono
other?
spostare la visuale.
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
Esatto. Ah, vedi? È esausto.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
Ah, ok.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've
Questa
ever
mi sa che
worked
se la
with.
fanno sti
A
due.
clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
Fermi tutti. Ok. Ok. Minchia, 5 indizi ci ho preso.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Ok. Proprio l'ammira tanto quell'infermiera.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Ok.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
No, we must keep on healing all those poor souls. We are the last rampart before chaos. Once more unto the breach.
Ah,
Nurse
guarda
Brannigan
mo.
is worried about you, Doctor.
She should not have told you that. I will have a word with her.
You don't have to blame her for her honesty.
I'm not that kind of man, my dear Jonathan. Actually, Nurse Brannigan's opinion is the only one I may listen to.
Vedi, vedi. Marpione che non sei altro. Che miseria.
Have you heard of any underhand dealings going on in this hospital?
I have no time for such...
Vabbè. Questo già gli ho chiesto di tutto, ok.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
No, se n'è andata. No, andavo a riparlare con questa. Scusate, ma non c'è nessuno qui, rilassati. Parla con l'infermiera e Dorothy Gray. No, e allora è qui sotto, scusami. Vedi, eccola là. Tranquilla, siamo al sicuro. Mo vengo io e ti faccio io se siete al sicuro. No, si blocca sui... Origliare, premi L per attivare i tuoi sensi. Se un cittadino si sta comportando in maniera sospetta, il suo cuore emetterà un bagliore particolare. Guardandolo sbloccherai un'interazione speciale. Cerca Dorothy Craig.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah,
No.
I ought to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals. Or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't
Whitechapel.
read well, but thank you, I guess.
Whitechapel, per chi non lo sapesse, è Jack lo Squartatore. Il quartiere di Jack lo Squartatore. Quindi questa sta con un gangster praticamente. Scusa, ma lei già se n'è andata? Sì. Ok, quindi devo andare a recuperare. Allora. Ok. Ho letto il suggerimento che c'è qui sopra. Minchia, come caricamento non ci siamo proprio. C'è manco The Witcher 3. Ci mette tanto. Uno è lì. Forse solo lui devo... Tracce di sangue.
This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor.
Skull ribelle. Skull ribelle livello 8. Skull ribelle livello 8 è morto. Ok. Cos'è? 130 di danno. Porca miseria, 130 di danno. 143 di danno. Arma a due mani. Questa è 99. Aumenta questo. Aumenta il danno inflitto del 10%. 99. La scala ripelle. Ok. Uno è morto. Ballami. Cazzarola, è piuttosto questo che l'altro. Poi non mi ricordo i tasti delle mosse. Vabbè. Questo è un altro paio di mani. Oh, l'ha portato sicuramente di là. Però noi andiamo a vedere di qua. Cos'è? Skull ribelle livello 4. Ma qua ce n'è più di uno. Aspetta un attimo. L'hanno portato là. Quindi devo fare il giro. Vediamo. Qua c'è qualcuno che urla, ma non capisco chi. Cittadino da salvare, attenzione, il cittadino sia a rischio e potrebbe non sopravvivere la prossima notte. Vai a vedere, conta su. No. Non è andato. Dove sono andati? Vediamo. Ok, vediamo.
Are you injured, sir?
Help me get out of here. I need to get out.
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd be glad to help you, but you must calm down first. Please, take a deep breath and tell me your name.
Okay. I'm Oswald Thatcher. Please, I need to get out.
All right, Mr. Thatcher, you're safe now. Do you think you can reach the street by yourself?
Yes, I do.
Good. Now leave this place and enjoy the cool night air. It's quite invigorating. I'm sure you'll feel better if you do.
Hai salvato un incidente, tornerà al suo quartiere la notte seguente. Vabbè. Oh. Non c'è più nulla. Qui si esce, quindi non devo andare di qua, mi sa. Secondo me devo andare di là. Cazzarola sei. Cosa c'aveva questo? Bando del drago. Nuovo collezionabile. Questo che cos'è? Oswald Thatcher. Mal di testa. Farmaco per il mal di testa. E questo? Ah, eccolo qua. Qui è dove adesso ci sarà un...
What sort of creature is this?
Porca miseria, non posso... Ah, wicca. Vai così, vai così. Vai così. Ma come cazzarola fatta a pigliare? Tanto una botta alla volta te ne vai. No! No! Non ci credo! Non ci credo! Non ci credo però. Non ci credo. Vabbè. Cioè già mi ha levato tutta la vita. 2 botte mi hai dato. No, no, no! No! Mannaggia a te. Però mo so chi no... Vabbè, proviamo. Porca miseria, oh. Che cacchio è Dark Souls sto gioco? Porca miseria, oh. Ah no, non lo posso prendere. Oh. Impossibile però. No. Bevuto per sto giro. Allora, coupon dell'infermiera Crane. Se sei malato, se non hai denaro, ovunque tu sia, da ovunque tu provenga, vieni a trovare Dorotea per ricevere aiuto. Niente raggiri, niente spese, non facciamo domande, dovete solo trovare la casa di Darius Petrescu e mostrare questo coupon. Da casa tu, poi è scritto secondo me in francese. Da casa no, in boh, non lo so.
Some voucher for a free checkup in Whitechapel. What is Nurse Crane up to? I really must find her.
Allora, dobbiamo trovare l'infermiera Crane.
I have this thirst for blood.
Ma che cacchio. Scendi. Scendi. No, si è ballato tutto. Ah no, ma viene sto cretino. Va bene così. Perché non me lo succhia questo? Oh. Ah, perché ci sono quelli di prima, va bene. È durata un po' sta missione perché non moriva quello, era tipo un vampiro, che ne so, un vampiro di quelli a bestia. Vabbè, noi ci possiamo rivedere in un prossimo video. Ciao a tutti.